Can you see that? I'm Master 20! 5 Poke Biscuits and 1 mate is a look at my catches. Really forced traditional gender roles down our throat. Reality is, what if he never wants to get married? Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. It is Monday, which means it is the end of the packed portion sleeping event, which was so much fun. I have a lot to tell you guys about that. But this is the last sleep review for that event, so let's go straight into it and see if anything interesting shows up. Sorry in advance for any construction noise you may hear in the background, but this is sleep session 694. My Snorlax got a lot of sleep. I feel pretty well rested. I got like at least 8 hours of sleep yesterday, but for some reason I just woke up feeling not the tip top. I feel a little sicky, but I don't know. There's a lot of things that I'm excited for, but there's also some things that have been causing me some great deal of stress. But let's see, what do we have here? We got Pooper, that is what I wanted to catch. We got a Charmander too, which is good. Gengar and Mawile, and another Charmander. So, I really want to attempt to catch the Charmander and the Pooper. Mawile, I'm kind of like, whatever about. So, but at least it's a new sleep style, which is nice. Jaw Swinging Sleep. So this is a 2-star sleep style. Now all I'm missing is the top belly sleep. Top belly sleep looks the same for everyone though. The most interesting would be the 3-star sleep style because that's more uniquely to that Pokemon. But ooh, Charmander's hungry, and that is it. So luckily for me, Pooper is 1 bar away from getting caught, and this Charmander, I'll just give it my bonus biscuit because I'm very poor on biscuits, okay? The last several events with these 16-pip Pokemon have really gotten me dirt poor. So I'm very choosy, very mindful of who I give my cookies to. The last one will be 1 cookie to Pooper, and we will have 2 Pokemon to review. So it's pretty exciting. And then I'll also show you guys the Pokemon that I got during the weekend. So let's finish this up and let's see. I feel like I should be doing either, honestly, solid Pokemon to choose from, but I think I should do Gengar because mushrooms are really great ingredients for curries and stews. So for those who need extra Gengar candy Ghastly candy to raise your Ghastly into a Gengar, this is for you. Alright, Charmander, let's see, is it what I wanted? Serious nature. It is double ginger, not what I wanted. I already have a double ginger Charmander. I wanted a mono sausage. So let's see. In terms of main skill and sub skills, it is not really, I mean, it's okay. Had it been flipped, it would have been a lot better. Ingredient finding comes not even a little bit too late. It comes in diabolically late at 100. We can't even get to 100 right now. Inventory is good to see on ingredient finding Pokemon too. But yeah, I would have wished that the ingredient finder was a lot sooner rather than later. And it's a serious nature, so there's no modifiers on that. Alright, let's take a look at the Pooper. I really want a cacao Pooper. It's quirky, very fitting. Alright, let's see, what is it? It's not double cacao, it is double coffee, but I already have a Vikavolt named Cortado that farms me coffee and it does a pretty good job. So I don't really think, I mean, I'll hold on to it. Who knows if I ever need to use this for expert mode, right? But let's see, helping speed is good, skill trigger M is good as well. Inventory up L, skill trigger S, and inventory up S. So it's gonna hold a lot, it's gonna pop its skill a lot, so self-sufficient on the energy. Speed is really always good to see on every Pokemon, and it is also a neutral nature. This is okay. I will star this because we never know with expert mode. There are now certain edge cases, so yeah. Luck of the draw also when it comes to that. But you guys, take a look. Can you see that? I'm Master 20! So here's a little footage of yesterday night when I was making my final meal. So this was really the make it or break it meal. I was like, am I going to make Master 20? I really needed crits, and I haven't been doing well on the crit aspect of my meals, but I was able to get crits on the final days, and that final crit on Sunday night dinner was the last thing I needed to get to Master 20. So I'm very happy, very proud, and honestly, it was a little bit more tough than Cyan Beach, given that it is 1 map above Cyan Beach. So I think if I was in Cyan, it would have been a little less stressful to manage that, but I got really lucky with my crits at the end. I didn't even put any buried Pokemon overnight. I just made my highest strength dish. Got a lot of levels into it, which is nice as well. And yeah, we are going to pick up our reward later, but before we do so, we have to switch our campsite. Another thing, I completely forgot about the incense reward, so I did not finish that mission objective, unfortunately. We are area bonus 74 though. How annoying is that? I'm 1 away, and it would be such a waste to go to Taupe Hollow again, because then that's only 1 that's gonna go here, and then the rest gets carried over, and it's gonna be like uneven. It's not gonna be in 5s like I like. But wow, this is week 100, so let's see what week 100 has for us. Master 20, here it is. The construction, I'm so sorry you guys, but we got up on everything, which is nice. We got an S grade, so we got handy candy, 6 of them. I usually get S because I put my Snorlax to sleep every night, and I wake it up same time every day as well. So same time every night, same day every day. I think that is what helps. But I don't take naps either. I'm not sure if that helps. Now, it's been a while since I've been to the Old Gold Power Plant, so I'm thinking, why not? Right? Lapis Lakeside, I'm already maxed area bonus, but for the Old Gold, I'm only 54, so this might be my lowest area bonus right now. So let's go here. Team RP required, well, not required, recommended is 15k. I've definitely been here when I was under 15k. It's a struggle. You might not see the Pokemon that you want either, but it's a slow build, you know? And every Snorlax on each map sometimes shows up as a different color variant for that map. Sometimes it might be the regular color, but then this is, as you see, the regional variant of this map. So do not mistake it for a shiny. If it was a shiny, it would have the little sparkles like you get everywhere else. And I have desserts and drinks. This was actually my fear. Yesterday when I was picking Pokemon to see what I should sleep with, I was like, I'm really low on ingredients because of the event that just happened, and I have like nothing for desserts and drinks. So yeah, I mean, am I even gonna be able to make breakfast? I'm not sure, but we will try to see what we could whip up. Whoa, look at my Stuffle there, bigger than Blastoise. We got some diamonds. Tomorrow we'll get honey. Unfortunately, that honey was not for today. I might be able to make some neroli tea, that's why I kept my Gengar out, but we got 14 corn. Maybe I can make something with that corn. Let's see, 10 beans and 19 milk. And then my Skeleturge got me 24 apples. Oh my god, look how teeny tiny that Snorlax is compared to everyone else. It's so cute. It's such a baby. Alright, let's see. It's rare that I get dessert week, so we can make, as I expected, the Neroli Restorative Tea or the Mold Breaker Corn Tiramisu. So I'm actually going to make my tiramisu because eventually it will outscale the tea. So let's do that, and let's plop in some herbs for a little bit of a kick. Gonna save those leeks for Sunday to make Zing Zap Cola, but let's see, what do we get here? It is 20k. I'm a little bummed because, as you guys know, historically on this channel, we don't really get dessert week much, so the numbers are going to be very weak, but we aren't here to meet any ranking objectives. We're really here just to raise the area bonus, have fun, and see what sort of Pokemon show up, so not going to stress too much about the strength and all that. But we are now at basic 2, and I think the team right now is okay. Actually, I'll bring out my Cortana. I'll probably swap someone out so that I can get a healer in there. So maybe swap out my Gengar. Or actually, no. I'm gonna do this. Alright, so this is a squad. Do you guys see what I did different? I think I can switch out my Blastoise for something else. Actually, no. I'm gonna keep my Blastoise so that I can farm milk. So that way I can also do the explosion popcorn. Alright, so let's pick up our sleep points. We got 100, of course, and we, thanks to the Good Sleep Day event, we are now at 3k sleep points, 3.3k sleep points, which is a really good thing to see because I had very little sleep points for the longest time. Also, I had to use a lot of my ingredient tickets yesterday because I was running out of beans. I didn't have enough beans to make lunch or dinner, so I was really scrambling. I had to use whatever tickets I had to get that. But here are the medals that I've got. Number of sleep times tracking started within 30 minutes of previous day's start time. 310. Okay. And here's the big one. Reaching Master 20 at Taupe Hollow. And this is the first time I've reached Master 20. So that was a lot of fun. And this is what I got. My second sub-skill seed. So now I have 2 sub-skill seeds, which I haven't used my first one, and I don't know what to do with my second one either. I'm still holding on to it. And here are the claimable gifts that we can get. I saved this to claim this with you guys. I think this is just due to all the unforeseen bugs that were happening after maintenance and stuff, which is nice. It's nice to see that we got a little something something, especially the sleep points, because that will become very handy to get more Poke Biscuits. I love the Great Biscuits as well. I save those for special occasions. 5 Poke Biscuits and 1 main skill seed, which is really nice as well. Alright, now let's go into the sleep research. For our community app session, here is my iced latte. Cheers. I hope you guys had a really good packed portions cooking week. How was your progress? Did you meet the objective that you wanted to? I'm very happy. I reached Master 20 for the first time, so we're going to talk about that. Although my game plan was probably less impressive than most people's, but cheers. What a delicious way to start your Monday. So as you guys know, for the packed portions cooking week, it is random as to what dish that you get. Lord of C and I got closer, so I got 2 ingredient tickets to make up for the ingredient tickets that I used. Oh my god, that is driving me insane. And I hope it's not too loud in the video. I'm so sorry, you guys. But for the packed portions cooking week, we don't know what dish you're going to get, so it's random. So I was really just banking on the fact that I can either get curries or stews or my dreaded desserts. Luckily, I didn't get dessert. I got curry week, which was my strongest, so I was really able to do well. The other thing that I was worried about was not having enough ingredients, but because most of my Pokemon required to farm ingredients for my curry dishes were ingredient finding Pokemon, they were able to bring me extra ingredients because of the event buff, which is perfect, clutch. I did not have an ingredient problem except for the end of the week, Sunday, because it's double pot, right? So my pot was almost 200 in pot size, which is ginormous. But yeah, the ingredient buff came in so clutch, and I was able to consistently make my highest dish strength curry for the entire week, which helped so much. Now, where I started to stress was probably Saturday, Sunday, because I started to see I was master 18 and then on Saturday, and I was like, damn, am I going to get enough? Because I need over 1 million and I have not been hitting any crits. So that was where it was getting pretty stressful. Luckily, Sunday came through. I got my crits. I took up my Detonays, and I was able to do it. So I wish there was a better way for me to tell you how I prepared. Like, oh, I plugged in my Pokemon in this thing, and I started farming ingredients last week. Unfortunately, that was not the case. But with this being said, I do hope that it brings you some comfort that if ever there's another packed portions cooking week and you're kind of like me where you just go with the flow, you are able to achieve your dreams of getting Master 20. It just takes a bit of getting the right Pokemon to the right levels so that you farm ingredients. I would say get it to level 30 at least so you unlock the second ingredient slot. On top of having extra tasty Pokemon so that at the end of the week you can plop them out when you no longer need to farm ingredients for your dishes. And just the overall event buffs for the packed portions cooking week. That was like the absolute game changer. I guess another thing would be rolling on a dish that you excel in. Like, I don't know if I can say with confidence that I would have reached my goal had I gotten dessert week, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, that was what I did. Luckily, it all worked out for me, but I know some people who use the easy travel pass to switch out and into the area until they get the dish that they wanted. I noticed that dessert is a popular one. I wish that could be the same for me, but yeah, I just don't roll desserts a lot. But I am on dessert week this week, which is great because then I get to level my dishes, and eventually I will no longer have to say this. So that was what I did for the packed portions cooking week, and I'm very happy. It's my first time getting Master 20, so I'm feeling very optimistic to do it again for green grass and cyan. I don't know if I could do it for like tundra and above, just seeing how much of a little bit of a difficulty it gave me on Taupe Hollow. So yeah, that is my retro, my thoughts for after the event. I enjoyed it a lot. I think it is something, a reliable event to put your efforts in if you want to hit Master 20 to get, you know, the diamonds and the sub-skill seed, because especially if you're free to play, those sub-skill seeds are far and few. So excited for the next time they do this. I wonder how frequently they will be doing this. This was the first time they've ever done the Packed Portions Cooking Week, but there is a summer festival coming up, which is also a great opportunity for people to do the Master 20 runs. But I would say the bonuses compared to Packed Portion Cooking Week, they're still good, but not as great, only because with Packed Portions you get double the pot size, and then you get like extra ingredients that your ingredient finding Pokemon catch for you, which is almost as if you have a camp ticket running, which is great. Yeah, that was how Packed Portions Cooking Week was for me. I thoroughly enjoyed the event. I hope you guys did too. In terms of catches, yeah, let me go through the catches that I got. Alright, so here is a look at my catches, and I think the last time we met, the Sableye was what I last showed you guys. So the top 4, 2 out of the 4 we've already seen. So there really is just the 2 top right Pokemon to go over, which is the Shuppet, which is shiny, and the Charmander. So let's go with the Shuppet first, because I caught that one first. This is a shiny Shuppet. I think this is my second one now. It's a berry fighting Pokemon, but let's see, let's take a look at the stats. As you can see from the stats, we do not have berry finding. We do have helping speed S, which is great though. Inventory up S, not really needed. Skill trigger is okay. Ingredient finding S, not what we are looking for on a berry finding Pokemon. And then inventory up M at the very end, which is not really ideal. So in terms of the sub skills, I would say they're a little quite below average. And then for the nature is really whatever. I mean, EXP up would have been better on like a legendary Pokemon or a mythical Pokemon, but the energy recovery down penalty on this is not really worth it either. So I think if the sub skills were like great, I could at least deal with the nature, but especially on a shiny Pokemon too. But this is like not even worth using or investing, but it is shiny, so it's gonna sit in the box. And I think this is my second one, so that means I can evolve the other one and slowly make my way into having a living dex, for a shiny living dex for this game. Not an absolute goal, but it's just something like, hey, it's on the way. It's gonna take a lot of space though, so that really requires box space. Here is a Charmander that I got. Unfortunately, it is not mono sausage. You see the herbs at the end. Do you guys say herbs or herbs? I used to say herbs until someone was like, it's herbs. So now I say herbs. And let's see, these are the sub skills. We got skill level up M, helping speed S, skill trigger M, sleep EXP bonus, and then skill trigger S. So a lot of skill stuff for an ingredient finding Pokemon, which I'm not mad about because of the main skill. I really enjoy the main skill ingredient magnet S. It was one of my favorite main skills when I was a new player because you're just on a shortage of ingredients when you're a new player. So ingredient magnet Pokemon were like my favorite thing to run. The nature, however, is alright. It's just alright. I mean, it could be worse, so luckily it's not. But this is just not something I would run either, but who knows. I mean, I'll keep it for now because it's not terrible. I do enjoy the skill level up M, because that makes it so that the ingredient magnet main skill is at level 3, so I get even more ingredients. Skill trigger will make it proc more as well, but no ingredient finding modifiers on this Pokemon. And yeah, that was a little roundup of the Pokemon that we missed during the Packed Portions Cooking Week that I didn't show you guys, but everything else you guys see. From the Krogunk and above, I've caught 9 Pokemon last week. And I'm almost running out of box space, so I should be cleaning out my inventory soon. Alright, we are still on research community because I want to continue my community yap session for a little bit. There's something that has been causing me a lot of stress, okay, and it's laundry. I have this problem right now where I had one piece of clothing. I got it in Brandy Melville a couple years ago in Canada, and I've noticed that was the root of my problem. And I should have known, but I was just like, maybe it'll just wash out. But basically what happened was that piece of clothing that I got from Brandy Melville, it's a t-shirt. It had this weird stale smell. I wouldn't say it's mildew because I hear mildew sounds sour, but this doesn't sound, smell. I hear that mildew smells sour, but this is not a sour smell. It just smells stale. Like stale and maybe like wet rain, I guess is the best way to describe it. I'm not sure how to properly describe the scent. It's definitely not musky. It doesn't smell like body odor or anything. It just smells stale. And I thought, oh, maybe I could wash it out. But the thing is, every time I do my laundry and then I wash it, it smells fine, right? So I put it back in my pajama drawer. But I've noticed that the articles of clothing that t-shirt is touching, left, right, on top and bottom, will slowly get infected with that smell. So slowly, it has been spreading in my PJ drawer. So I have like a lot of items, unfortunately, that have gotten affected, which has been super sad because then I can't wear it because then I smell it and it's just like the smell is just so overbearing and I can't stand it. And then every time I wash it, I think it's working, but then as it sits again, the smell comes through and it's like driving me insane. I've tried soaking it in vinegar, that didn't work. I've tried using Persil, I think that's the laundry detergent, that didn't work. I've tried soaking it in the laundry detergent, that didn't work. I tried soaking it in hot water, that didn't work. I've washed my laundry machine many times, that doesn't work. And it's just been such a headache, especially because since my laundry machine is a front load, most of the time the front loads don't have a proper soak option as compared to top loaders where the drum just can fit more water. The top loader is not as much, so doing a soak on that is like, it sucks. To be honest, it sucks. You can't even add more items in a front loader. I miss having a top loader and just that flexibility of adding more items or like letting it soak if you need to. I miss it so much. Like if I were to move again and we could choose our laundry machine, I would definitely, hands down, without a doubt, pick a top loader. So yeah, that's the thing. So I've pretty much isolated the items that stink so that I can try to figure out something, okay? So I got a laundry detergent yesterday. There's bioenzymes in it. Supposedly the enzyme stuff helps better to penetrate deeper into the fiber to get rid of odor. So we will see whether or not that works, but I just have a feeling it's not gonna work, okay? But we are running low on detergent, so at least I still get to use that detergent to do like just everyday stuff. So there's that. So I was on Reddit. I was like browsing, you know, people who also had the same issue, and most people say try the vinegar soap, blah blah blah. The vinegar stuff does not work for me. I don't have borax. I can't find it here either. I tried looking yesterday, so that was disappointing. So upon my research, I did hear about this thing called the BioClean Back Out, and it's supposed to help with the toughest of stains and the toughest of odors. And people swear by it for like carpet cleaning, patio cleaning, if you have pets who do the business around the house by accident. Supposedly it helps neutralize those odors. I've read families who do cloth diapers who use it, and that was able to neutralize the scent. Even garbage bins, and those things get pretty stinky because the plastic absorbs the smell. Supposedly it even neutralized the odor of people's garbage bins. So this is probably my last ditch effort. I am at my wit's end with this. I feel like no matter how many times I try washing it, it's not getting out. I even tried putting it in the freezer because some people said if you put it in the freezer, it'll kill the scent. That did not work for me, okay? So I did an order on iHerb. I've heard many great things about iHerb. I used Rakuten, there was codes as well, so I got free shipping, I saved money, and I'm getting cash back because, you know, we love to save money and be economical in this household. I know in my core that even if I were to hit the lotto one day, I would still have the same money habits I do now, where I'm very frugal in some things. I like to save money. I like to get the best deals. I just find it a lot more smart. I think just because you're rich and you have money doesn't mean that you should be financially irresponsible, because that's how you become poor again. But yeah, that's besides the point. I love a good deal, so seeing that was really great. And I've been using Rakuten for a while before they changed the name over to Rakuten. It was Ebates before, and I think my biggest cashback was like $300 or something like that. So yeah, it pays to go shopping. So I bought the BioClean Back Out thing so that I can use that for like very heavily spoiled, heavily odored laundry. Like moving forward, I know that I could continue using it on like gym wear and stuff like that. And then I got the BioClean laundry detergent because it also has those bioenzymes that they use in the Back Out thing. So I hear people use it complementary, the two items together, for further odor eliminating and odor neutralizing. And then I also got the Nelly powder detergent. and I've heard great things about it. I've seen it in Canada, but I never made the swap to do it. But now that I've been down this laundry like kick and research, I have actually grown a lot more mindful of what kind of detergent I use, especially when it comes to maintaining the washing machine, being eco-friendly, but also something that is safe on my skin, because my boyfriend has eczema and I have sensitive skin, so sometimes certain laundry detergents just make my skin a little itchy, or I get like red bumps. So yeah, being a lot more serious with my laundry game right now. This is life when you're in your 30s, when you're like peak adulthood. And it's things I didn't even think about or care about when I was living back at home, because like my mom bought the laundry detergent. I did my own laundry though, but yeah, in terms of like the other stuff, I didn't spare much thought to it. But now I have to spare thought to it, and I'm at my wit's end, and I'm really hoping that this will solve my problem. So it's the 15th right now. My order is supposed to come on the 18th or the 20th, so I am very excited, and I'm trying to hold back on, overwashing my items to try to get the scent out, because my hands are gonna get dry just from like all the soaking and stuff. I should get gloves, but it's just been very stressful. The funny thing is, when I do my laundry and I wash it with other clothing, that doesn't seem to spread the scent. So everything else in my closet is fine. Like I've washed those PJs with like this shirt as well, and this does not smell. It's only once it dries and it has some time to settle, that's when the scent comes out, and it seems to spread on other articles of clothing, and it's driving me insane. And I have my favorite blankie here, and I notice that the scent is slowly getting on my favorite blankie, so I'm trying my best to not get that situation worse, because pajamas, I can replace it. That specific blankie, I cannot. The memories I have, my childhood, the comfort, the perfect edge for rubbing my fingers on it, I would be devastated. So yeah, the Nelly laundry detergent, I've seen that around. I've seen a lot of like people say really great things about it as well. The ingredient list, like you could read, there's like no extra nonsense in it, and it is pricey, but one tin is like 100 washes. You just need 1 tablespoon or teaspoon scoop of the powder, put it directly in your drum, and it does cleaning a lot more better. The thing with commercial laundry detergent is that most of the time people use more than what they actually need to, which would cause a lot of buildup and residue inside your laundry machine. And some laundry machines just get worse over time than others. For example, front loaders. They freaking suck. If you have a front loader, make sure you're maintaining it properly. Leave the soap dispenser drawer open and the door open. I mean, no matter what laundry machine you have, do that, because you need to air out, otherwise you're gonna get mold. Especially living in Singapore, like mold grows really quickly. But always leave it out to dry. If you close everything after a wash, all that musky scent is going to stay in there, and then you wonder why your clothes are like smelling musky, which is not the problem I have. My clothes smell stale, not musky. On top of that, with the front loader, there's this little compartment, usually on the bottom right. You have to open it and then drain the liquid. It's like gross. If you've never done it, the first time you do it, you might barf a little because it's just so disgusting. But yeah, most people don't know that you're supposed to maintain your laundry machine. Like everything else, you have to maintain it, sadly. A car, you have to maintain, laundry machine too, but most people don't think to maintain a laundry machine. I didn't think to maintain a laundry machine until I moved out for the first time a couple years ago, yep. And the laundry machine we inherited was disgusting. It had so much black mold on the soap tray. It was nothing like I've ever seen before, and when I was doing laundry, my skin was so itchy. I didn't understand why until I looked into the laundry tray, and the sight I saw, it was disgusting. But I didn't know. It could have easily been me who could have done that mistake. But I know it wasn't me, because it was like the first week that we lived there, and the black mold was at a growth pace that was clearly been there for years, okay? So yeah, sometimes we just don't know what we don't know, and a lot of times you just got to do the research. But top loaders maintain themselves a lot better, I feel, than front loaders. Front loaders just suck, because then like the gusset too of a front loader, if you've ever peeled back that little silicone thing, be prepared. It is disgusting. You really have to like wipe it down at least once a month, or else you're gonna get the nastiest of nasties sitting in there. Or sometimes you might even find like a sock that's missing in there. So if you have a front loader, make sure to check your front loader for that as well. And I buy these little tablets, well, back in the day when I was in Canada. I can't find them here, but I got these tablets to wash your machines, because you should be washing your machines as well. Like a dishwasher too, you have to clean your dishwasher. But basically this little tablet goes inside, you do a clean cycle, it suds up, it neutralizes everything, and it cleans any buildup, and it's just fabulous. And I miss having that here. Yeah, I miss having that here. So I should find some laundry machine cleaner. Our laundry machine is new because when we moved in, the previous one wasn't working, so the landlord bought us a new one. Unfortunately, we didn't have a choice on whether we wanted a front load or a top, because I would have gotten the top any day. The Speed Queen is my dream laundry machine. The agitator in the middle does such a great job at really cleaning your clothes, whereas a front loader just spins around and the agitators are kind of small. And I just don't find that it cleans as well as a top loader. And the soak, I just miss the soak option. But you know what, talking about like chores and everything, I was seeing this TikTok video yesterday, and it talked about how in Asian culture, the sons are usually preferred over the daughters, and I've seen that so much growing up with my cousins and stuff like that. My mom, fortunately, she did have her biases and stuff, and just in terms of like letting my brother go out, even though he's younger than me, letting my brother go out more than I did, or like later than I did, whereas I had to go home right away. And growing up now, I totally get why my mom did that. It was more like protecting me, and now I feel the same when I hear like my little sister go out. I get so worried for her, because it's so hard to trust people outside, as sad as it sounds, and it sucks. So I can totally see why my mom did that. Now, the one thing I really appreciated is that my mom didn't really force traditional gender roles down our throat. We both had to do chores. So for dishes, we alternated. I did odd days, my brother did even days. So guess what? New Year's, Christmas, my birthday, dishes. Those are my days, okay? So that was kind of sad. But my brother did dishes too. She didn't say like, hey, you're a girl, you have to do all the chores. No, we both did dishes, we both did laundry, we both helped contribute and clean in the house. And I think that is fabulous, because at the end of the day, you're raising adults who are going out into the world. What sense does it make to only make half the population sufficient in cleaning and taking after them, taking care of themselves, and the other half to just rely on a partner to do all that? Make that make sense to me. So I'm very happy that my mom taught both my brother and I how to do those things, and she does the same with our little siblings too. So my brother and my little sister also know how to do their laundry. They know how to, fry an egg, make rice, do the dishes. And growing up, I hated chores. I hated it. But now that I'm older, I'm like, thank God I was forced to do that, because that made me very responsible as an adult to take care of my stuff and of my surrounding. And also that my brothers know how to do that, so that if they ever decide to get in a relationship, they're not just gonna be a bum around the house, But I have seen the other coin of it, where Asian households, like family members I've seen, where the mothers don't force the sons to do a lick of house chores. They've never done dishes, they've never done their laundry, they don't even know to separate whites and blacks when they're doing their laundry, or like cold water, hot water, flipping things inside out, buttoning the zippers so that it doesn't accidentally tug on whatever else is in the laundry. And I get that those things can be taught, but I don't think it's fair to place the responsibility on a partner to later on figure out that their partner doesn't know how to do that, and then they have to teach them. But then they have that attitude of like, well, my parent never taught me growing up, and I never had to do it. So if you're better at doing it, why can't you do it? And that, my friend, is called weaponized incompetence. And that is the most frustrating thing to deal with sometimes. So yeah, I was watching this TikTok video, and I was like, it brought up so many memories of how that wasn't the case in my household, but I have seen it in other households. And then I hear those people get into relationships, and their partner would be like so annoyed, because they would be like, what do you mean you don't know how to do dishes? What do you mean you've never had to do your own laundry? What do you mean your mother's been doing your own laundry your entire life? And then like they had to pick up the household labor on top of other stuff that they're doing, like work and everything like that. And that gets so stressful. I heard one time from my cousin who has a best friend. She gave birth, and then the next, like the week she gave birth, her husband got annoyed because he was like, why isn't the house clean? Why isn't the laundry done? My friend, your wife just gave birth. She's recovering. What do you mean you're expecting her to do laundry? Why can't you do it? You know, like, it's crazy to me. Don't be that partner. It's not cool. And you know what? Even if you're not a partner, don't be that roommate, because that's still not cool. Like, I've never had to live with a roommate, but I've heard so many stories, and I would hate living with someone who can't maintain the space. Because then it's like, if you're not doing your laundry properly, that's going to affect me, you know? Because the laundry machine's going to get dirty. You're not cleaning it. You're not even putting an effort to like wanting to learn and understand. And that's going to affect my clothes. It's going to ruin my clothes. And the laundry machine's going to have issues. And then we're going to have to split the bill on a laundry repair or like replacing the machine. And then what? Your incompetence is going to cost you in the long run. It's going to be expensive in the long run. So yeah, I think now it's a lot better though, but seeing that TikTok really reminded me how things can still be a little bit different in Asia, where a lot of the guys here, they're babied by their mothers. And I feel like if this slightly offended you, you might want to not take it personal or make it about yourself and ask yourself like, am I doing my part, you know? But yeah, the last thing I want to say is just like, when it comes to house chores, it shouldn't be a gendered thing. I feel like if I ever were to have a son, I'm not going to have this expectation of him to like get married and have his wife take care of him, because reality is, what if he never wants to get married? That's perfectly fine. But he has to know how to do his laundry. He has to know how to keep his house clean. Sure, he can hire a maid or whatever, but it's like, hey, bare minimum, you need to learn how to do the chores. And you know what? It's okay if you don't know how to do something, because there was a lot I didn't know how to do either. But I think, like anything else in life, as long as you're curious and willing to learn, there's nothing that you can't overcome. And with that, my friends, that is the end of the video. I hope you guys enjoyed this ramble. I hope this gave you some insight, or maybe, you know, a wake-up call to do better as well. And don't feel bad, because I mean, everyone has their strengths and weaknesses, but as long as you're willing to learn, that's like really all that matters, right? And I feel like if you ask someone questions on how to do something, they'll be more than happy to teach you, especially if it means that you're contributing and taking a load off their shoulders for some stuff as well. Whether it is like roommates, relationships, or just like if you're living in a house with family as well, the little things like that help. But this is going to be a slow week before we have the summer festival coming. So we have the summer festival, and then the Nintendo Switch 2 drops in Singapore on June 26th, so that's really exciting. I have my laundry stuff coming in June 18th to June 20, so that's also exciting. And then July 1st, I'm on my girls trip, so that is super exciting. So pray for me for my laundry situation. If you guys have like any insight, or if you've had that problem before and you were able to solve it, let me know what you did. I know that there's something called a laundry strip that you could do, but I think that's like last effort of what I want to do, because then I have to buy like all the ingredients for it again. And I mean, there's so much washing I can do on my clothes before it slowly wears out, right? I don't want to strip my clothes too much and have them become frail, because that would be so sad. I'm washing them more than I wear them, you know what I mean? Like, that's crazy. But I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. It was quite the obsession, but we love that here. And I can't wait to see you guys in the next video. So let me know, did you meet your objective for the Packed Portions Cooking Week? What are you doing this week? What are your objectives? And where are you guys heading for the summer festival? I'm curious about that too. So until next time, guys, take care, good luck, and have fun. Bye.